Welcome back to another color grade school tutorial. Today we will be using Final Cut Pro to color grade this shot of a car to give it a dramatic, stylized look. I will also be providing you with the LUT that I use in this video for free, so make sure you like and subscribe for more free LUTs and color grading tutorials just like this one. This shot came from a Sony a7R V and it was shot in Slog3. To grade this shot, we will do it in 3 simple steps. We will start with a base correction to add just white balance, highlights, midtones, and shadows. Then we will apply a LUT to give it a stylized look. And lastly, we will add some final touches using masks to make our shot complete. Step 1. Let's begin with our base correction. To white balance this shot, we can use the color board, but for this shot, we will use the white balance tool in Final Cut Pro by clicking the magic wand icon and selecting Balance Color. We can also do this by pressing Option, Command, B on our keyboard. We can see that the automatic method of white balancing does a good job. If you don't get the results you expect, you can click on the drop-down menu for the method and select White Balance and use the eyedropper to select a pure white area in the image. For this shot, we'll click on the white wall. Now we'll move on to exposure. There are multiple methods to correct shots with log profiles, such as conversion LUTs from log to Rec 709, but for this tutorial, we're just using the color board. Click on the color board icon, then click Exposure. We are aiming for a contrasty look, so we'll focus on having dark shadows and bright highlights. We'll begin by bringing down the shadows, then the midtones very low, and we'll brighten up the image by raising the highlights. Step 2. Now that we have our base correction done, we will add a custom LUT to give our image a stylized look. Now, this part is highly subjective, so you can make the colors any way you please to fit your liking or the mood of your film. To stylize this shot, we will use the CGS Teal and Orange LUT, which is completely free for you to download in the description below. In the Effects tab, click Color, then Custom LUT. We will select the CGS Teal and Orange LUT. Now that we have applied the LUT, we can see that the image looks a bit too blue. Let's correct this by clicking on the color board icon and clicking on the Color tab. Click the highlight dial, move it over to the blue, and bring it down to remove the blue hue in the image. Step 3. If we wanted to be done with our grade here, we could call it complete. But we're going for a more dramatic, moody style, so now we'll use masks to achieve that. Let's get a bit creative and add some teal color lighting above the car. To do this, we'll add a new color board effect. Then we'll click on Shape Mask. We'll place a mask above the car that covers the entire ceiling, and we'll feather it off so we don't have any sharp lines showing from the mask. Now in the Color tab where we created the mask, we'll click the highlight dial, move it up towards the teal color to give the lighting a teal colored effect. In the same color board, let's click Exposure and bring down the highlights to give it a dim light effect. Again, this is highly subjective and you can use any color you want to fit your style, or you can skip this step entirely. I'm choosing to do this to add separation from the car and the background. By looking at the image, we can see that the car looks a bit dark. Although we can raise the exposure to brighten it up, it would brighten up the entire image, but since we want a contrasty, moody style, we want to only brighten up the car and not the background. There are many ways to do this. We can use a magnetic mask, a draw mask, or a shape mask. To keep it simple for this tutorial, we will use a shape mask. Let's add another color board and click Shape Mask. Draw a mask over the car and feather it as well to not see any sharp lines from the mask. Now to brighten up the car, click on the exposure in the same color board we used for the mask for the car. Click on the highlight dial and raise it up high to make the paint look nice and shiny. Now to finish our shot, we will add a vignette to focus our attention more on the car and to achieve that moody, contrasty look we are aiming for. To add a vignette, we will add another color board and click Mask. We will add a mask in the center of the image and feather it off. Now click on the Shape Mask icon in the color board we just created and click Invert Mask. Now click on Exposure and we'll bring down the shadows and the highlights. This will allow us to darken the corners of the image, but not the center, to create the vignette effect. Our image is now complete. Let's take a look at the before and after. Thank you guys for tuning in, and don't forget to download the free LUT in the description below. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe for more easy color grading tutorials just like this one. This is Color Grade School, and we'll see you in the next one.